What it is, your boy LB at the Hit Factory. I wanted to do, I did one, but I needed to do another one. I wanted to do a talking on the use of sparring, because I've gotten into a conversation with a couple of people. They talk about their combat drills, their combat fighting ways, and how skills are important to a fight. One of these brothers even told me I'm a man who spars, and so I guess my stuff won't work in real time. Even though in real time I'm punching people in the face, choking, kicking, blocking. I'm doing all this in real time, but they saying since I'm sparring that's not combat. Those guys are liars. Don't listen to those kung fu shucksters and hucksters, and there's already mythbusters out there. All of that combat training, I'm sorry, is just not real. What do I mean by it's just not real? If you're a regular person off the streets, I'm not going to be able to give you 7 combat drills that you can take and go kill with without having to have put you through intense training. We're talking about spiritually, mentally, and physically. Not just physical. It's mental. You can't just turn people into killers. You can't give people techniques to rip eyes and gouge faces and think they're going to do it. They're not. You got to have a certain type of mind state for that. You have to be put in a certain, and if you don't have the mind state, you have to be put in a certain type of situation, like a coal, making the coal into a diamond. A coal just doesn't become a diamond. There's a set of situations that are in place that causes that coal to turn into a diamond. So, you're not just going to take a person off the street, give him these 7 combat skills or whatever, or rush in, grab his throat, and this is different from what I'm teaching. What I'm teaching is the real, because sparring is essential. If you're not sparring, then how you're fighting? I'm gonna say it again. If you're not sparring, you're not fighting. Sparring is the simulation of the fight. And if you're not simulating the fight, then what fight are you in? You're in the mental fight. Kickboxers simulate kickboxing, wrestlers simulate wrestlers, MMA guys simulate doing all 3. Boxers simulate punching. So if you're a boxer and you're simulating punching and you leave the gym and somebody tries to take your money and you left hook them, will that left hook not work because you're not in the actual match with the referee? No. The point is, yes, in the street fight, there is much more happening than what's going to happen in a fighting situation where there's only one art. MMA is the closest to what's going to happen in a real situation, which is you'll be kicked, punched, choked, maybe slammed to the ground, picked up, kicked, punched, choked again. So MMA does have has the best base as far as simulation to what can happen in the real-time situation. But even they don't have all of the answers, because something can happen outside of kicking, punching, and wrestling, like guns, sticks, knives, other opponents, So, us at the defensive school, we use defense. And defense in the way of even verbally. A lot of the fights that you get ready to get into, you can diffuse verbally. They don't even have to go to the physical. You don't need none of your combat skills. But now, if you're attacked and you're sparring and you're practicing and you're practicing the fight, you have a good chance. But to say, it's almost like some of these knife fighters. Like, knife fighting is real, it's good, but you can't really practice slashing a man's throat. You can get a rubber knife and get there, but when it's real, and blood splats in your face, it can change everything that you're trying to do. So what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot more things that go into a fight than combat drills, and sparring helps you work with them. Sparring helps you work mental, physical, spiritual, ask questions of who you are, why you're there, and get your reaction time up. So sparring is essential to anything you're doing. If you're not sparring, you can come meet my students that are sparring, and I guarantee you will have a tough problem. So, sparring is important. Simulate the fight. Simulate what's going to happen. It's your boy.